Here are a couple ways that women emasculate men, probably without even realizing it. Number one, telling him he needs to open up about his feelings, but then telling him that his feelings don't matter when he does decide to open up. Comparing him to all of your exes or a specific ex. Asking him for help, but then complaining on how he does said help. Talking to him about anything he seems interested in, like football, just because he's not giving you enough of attention. Always complaining that his job is not a real job, or that his salary is never enough money. Making jokes masked as insults. Nagging him around instead of being direct in what you want, or giving him the silent treatment and expecting him to just know. Treating him like his feelings don't matter. The constant jokes around him being the extra child in the household or a man child. This one goes back to insults masked as jokes. Making him feel like everything he does is not good enough. And lastly, my favorite one is always letting him know that whatever he does is never going to make you happy. Okay, bye.
I'm sorry, but there's girls that are so annoying that irritate the fuck out of me. I see girls making videos all the time like, oh my gosh, you guys should never comment under a guy's picture. You guys should never comment under a guy's picture. What is social media for? To stare through the screen and window shop? That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna comment if I want to. I'm single. You're only gonna be single one time in your life before you get a man. I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. I don't see what's wrong with that. And then here's another thing. Some of y'all out here sucking with guys that spit on your back and never talk to you again. Let me comment under someone's video. Oh my gosh, so whorish to comment under someone's video. But you over here gargling balls. Probably gargling balls for a Birkin bag with an old dude. Please be quiet. The y'all be doing for money and the things y'all do on OF and the things y'all do in general, and then you want to come and bark over here and over a comment? But you over there doing the double twisty in real life? I think we should worry about ourselves before I get on that head. Well, we know you on someone's head.
Yeah, just starting to piss me off with this, oh, how you want a bad but you don't want her to do bad activities. No, I do want a bad and I do want her to do bad activities, but you're trying to do hoe. Yeah, you trying to do hoe and you trying to manipulate me like I don't know what hoe is. Bitch, if you want to be single, just say that. But you're not about to play in my face though, like I'm trying to be insecure or something, like I'm being insecure. Bitch, you don't even know what the word insecure means. Stop saying that. Y'all be talking about, oh, you be insecure. I'm not insecure. An insecure man is going to let you walk all over him because he's scared of losing you. He's scared of saying the wrong thing and losing you. I don't give a about losing you. I'm going to say what the it is. If you do something to me, you're out of here. This ain't baseball. You don't get 3 strikes. You get 1. You do one thing to me, you're out of here. I don't give a about none of that. And stop enabling these clowns, for real though.
I saw this one video where this lady was talking about, in this generation, we have created it that women can no longer be wrong. That anything a woman does can be justified and she needs no correction. And sometimes when women hear these things, they get triggered, they get angry, and they're immediately on the defense. But ask yourself this question. When you are dealing with female family members or female friends, do you experience this? Do you experience that you can't correct them without an argument, or they can never apologize for their wrongdoings? What do we really think about this statement?
Saw a video that said female logic is they'd rather pay 100% of their bills than go 50-50. And there's women in the comments still saying, yeah, well, that's a roommate. I don't want a roommate. I want a man or whatever, right? Okay. What I'll say is maybe you'd have a point. Maybe you'd have a point if this was 1950, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000s maybe. Maybe you'd have a point. It is 2026. We are in the worst recession since the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, 49% of adults 18 to 30 lived at home. Right now, it's like 52, 53%. We're in a worse economic stance right now than people were in the Great Depression. Okay? Apartments back in 2019, a nice one, $700, $800 a month. That was a nice one. One of the luxury, the nice ones, $700. I remember I was looking at them. I was in high school and I was about to graduate. I was like, oh, only $800 a month. I can do that. Easy, right? Easy. Pandemic hit. You look at that same apartment now, almost $2,000 a month. 2,000. Been less than a decade, by the way, since apartments went from $700, $800 a month for a nice one to 2,000 plus a month. Back in the day, you could work at a factory and afford to buy a home, 2 cars. You know what? The economy was so good back in the day that they're thinking that they're still in, that you could have a family, a whole family, kids included, 3 kids and your wife, and have a secret family on the other side of town with your other wife and 3 children. You can't afford to do that no more. You can't afford to do that now with $100,000 plus a year. 100,000 plus? You mean to tell me with 6 figures I can't have a secret family? 6 figures used to be a big deal. 6 figures is what you need to really live, to buy a home now. And you think you gonna find a man who's this tall and is in this shape and he got this money and you just don't pay nothing. In reality?
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so sick of this.
Oh my god.
Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very simple.
She's so mad. No one is giving her any time. Attractive girl. So she's like, what is going on? She goes home, she looks in the mirror, she's like, making sure. She's like, no, I look good, right? Asks her friends, like, is this look? Oh yeah, you look amazing, which they'll say even if she doesn't look amazing, but honey, any guy would be just so lucky to have you. I know, right? And like, her and all her friends are just like, why? I told you, guys are tired. Guys are tired of you. They're tired of you pretending to want to take them seriously when you really just want the free drinks. They're tired of going up to you and you being like, thanks for the drink, doing this game you do. Tired. They're tired of the takers. They're tired. They don't want to deal with any of that. You want guys to come up to you, change your attitude, change your strategy, treat them differently, and that's going to happen over a long period of time, right? It took decades to get here. Guys finally saying, I am done with you.
Specifically for the men, I just have a little question for you guys. It's a simple question, really.
Are any of you ready for a relationship?
I went on a date and it's like, it was good. And then yet, like, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know. The bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill. And in French, he said 2 bills. And then so they came. And I was like, if someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me to pay and whatever. So we did that. I paid and it's fine. And then after I was honest and I just said it, like, I don't know. Cause I said like, yeah, I thought you were going to take me out. And like, to me, that means pay. When he was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever, what else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be treated. And like, I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards, he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted, he said that after we were having another conversation. I said, okay. And then he said, are you free this week? And I said, yeah. And then I texted him after and I'm like, I had a nice time, thanks. And then he read it and didn't respond. And it's like, okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just tired of... I'm happy I was honest. But like, I just like want a gentleman.
I got rejected from a guy yesterday because, I'll read the text real quick. I feel like you really have your stuff together and I'm not really there yet. My focus is just kind of elsewhere.
I'm not ready for a relationship. What do you mean you're not ready for a relationship? We met on a dating app!
Hey, if you aren't busy for the next, like 70 years-ish, I'd love to spend them with you.
And once again, men are checking out, dude. They're hearing this type of stuff and checking out. Somewhere around 70% of men don't even update their profiles anymore. They're not even on the dating apps, number one, and if they are, they're not even updating their profile anymore. It just really doesn't matter all that much. to be honest. I mean, anytime I update it, you're gonna find something wrong with it. Number one, and you don't even like me. That's the thing. You're commenting, oh, well, if you do this, then women will. No, they won't. They won't. It don't matter what you wear. If you don't make a certain amount of money, then they're not going to like you. That's how these modern women are.
Women cheat more than men?
Far more.
Come on.
Far, far more.
Come on.
Far from.
Why do you think women cheat more than men?
Because they're in denial about the infidelity. When they cheat, they don't even label it as that. If a woman starts cheating,
what do they label it as?
They label it as my husband's no longer satisfying me. They won't even say I'm cheating. They'll say my husband isn't satisfied. They find a way to redirect and shift the terminology so that they are void of guilt.
Really?
Absolutely.
So I'm getting a lot of hate on my last post titled Date the Short Guy. Let's break down the math. In the United States, about 31% of adult men are single. About 14.5% of men are 6 feet or taller. That means the percentage of single men who are over 6 feet tall is 4.5%. About 5 out of every 100 men. Want to compete for those 5 men? Have fun.
How do women emasculate men?
Is it everything we do to disempower men? We do to disempower women? And we do to disempower ourselves? So, for example, withholding appreciation. That's emasculating because it gives energy, right? And if a man has spent energy and we don't appreciate it, now he's disempowered, he's diminished, he's left worse off. And we withhold appreciation from men. We think, why should I appreciate him for doing something he's supposed to do? Because everything you appreciate will keep me done. Greg became the trash hero. I had 5 trashes just in my kitchen. He emptied every one of them every week or sooner if he thought it smelled bad. I taught him well, and he learned well, and he wanted to bullseye it, right? So, but we withhold appreciation from ourselves. We don't sit down and go, okay, what did I do good today? What am I proud of myself for? What increased my respect and admiration?
Watch on TikTok is girls teaching other girls, never settle for less. Here's some money, here's a bag, here's some shoes. Look what my man got me, look at my bedroom. What they're doing is preparing you to be dissatisfied with whatever your partner brings to the table. Similarly, men will say, look how hot my 18-year-old girlfriend is, even though I'm 42. Look how great I'm doing, blah, blah, this, that, and the other. It's preparing you to be dissatisfied with the person that you've selected. It's preparing you to become ungrateful for what your partner is giving to you. What these people are not showing is that the presents that they're getting are usually from an old man that they met in another country who they had to do very lewd acts to get there. They're not showing you that part. Or they're not showing the guys that was with an 18, 19-year-old. They're not showing you the times where she comes home late and she's been sleeping with another guy around her same age. They're not showing you that part. So it's programming you to select partners based on very external junk values. Money, looks, sex, all these junk things. It's not demonstrating actual connection and intimacy. And even when you see they're more healthy couples, they're doing stupid trends, pranks on each other. Well, it's not authentic. That's not what real relationships are like. So real relationships are not like, oh, boo, I'm going to prank my husband today. Watch me today. That's not what real relationships are. You're an idiot. Yeah, so
I got asked to go on a date the other day. He wanted to get coffee and then go on a walk. Mind you, the only pictures I have of me outside on my Instagram are me at a beach outside the country. Stop asking me stupid questions. Asking me
Uses men to distract self from unhealed trauma. Likely neglected by father as a child, so now demands high-effort dates to prove she's worth it to a man. Seeks validation by appearing expensive, so a simple date is a direct attack on her value. Mad that he is not a mind reader. By being savage, ensures nobody gets close enough to see the insecure person underneath. Likely never felt protected by dad, so became her own bodyguard. Barks first to prevent getting hurt again. Treats dating as a business deal and men as a bidder for her services. Actively looking for a reason to play the victim. Main character syndrome. Thinks the world is her movie and the guy is just a bad extra who didn't read his lines instead of an actual human being with feelings. Avoidant and possible narcissism. Treats everyone like they're beneath her. Never has to feel the vulnerability of liking someone or being rejected. And finally, emotional instability. Instead of a no thank you, has a public meltdown. What did I miss?
Here are 5 real reasons women choose to disturb a man's peace. Number 1, peace feels like boredom. So when there is no tension, no drama, nothing emotional happening, she gets bored and the relationship starts to feel too quiet. So she sprinkles a little friction to get some action back in the room. 2, to get a reaction. If a man is too quiet, too focused on work, or just minding his own business for a few days, that "we need to talk" question is going to appear out of nowhere. Because any reaction is better than calmness. 3, reassurance. Instead of simply telling the man, "Babe, I need some attention," the conversation starts with, "Just be honest. Who were you texting last summer when whatever happened 5 summers ago?" It's not about the question, it's not about the texting. It's about wanting to feel chosen again. 4, she's testing him. Sometimes she's gonna stir the pot and put him under pressure just to see how he's going to react. Does he stay calm, get defensive, get irritated? And that reaction becomes the excitement that she's been craving. Number 5, that's just how she is. When a woman is used to chaotic relationships, peace can start to feel suspicious. So instead of enjoying the calm, she starts looking for the problem that must be hiding somewhere. And if she cannot find a problem, she's going to invent a problem. But all of these little games have the same result. The man is going to stop relaxing. And when the man cannot relax in your presence, when you bring him no peace.
For men as a collective, why does it appear like you all are resistant to evolving the definition of what it means to be a man, while simultaneously hating the effects and the results and consequences of abiding by what it means to be a man?
It's probably a similar answer to why some women are encouraging the evolution of men until that evolution becomes an inconvenience to them, why they're encouraging men to step away from traditional values and traditional ways of thinking. However, they still want to benefit from these traditional values and traditional ways of thinking. Like, you want men to respect you, and you should, because you deserve it, but you think the man who thinks women shouldn't work is going to be the one to do that, you know? But at least he pays for everything, right? Why is it that some women want a man that believes that it's his duty as a man to take the lead, to make all the plans, make all the decisions, and you can basically turn off your brain when you're with him, but then expect that to be the man who's going to vote for Kamala Harris to lead the country? Why is it that some women are surprised that the man who's forced to provide everything for them like they're a child is also treating them and views them like a child? Why is it that some women want a man who respects himself and is in touch with his feelings, but when those feelings are, wait a minute, I think I want some reciprocation in this relationship, they have a problem with it? The thing is, a lot of men, when they tap into their emotions, they're going to realize that they want a lot more from the women they're dating. And a lot of women do not want to give men a lot more because they're so used to traditionally not having to give men anything at all. So men who don't have these traditional values, if they're not handsome, they are going to be punished for not having those traditional values. And that's where these red pill guys come from, because they believe that women only care about these traditional things. And then it puts women in a situation where they have to choose between a misogynist, basically, a misogynist who's going to treat them like with money, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then the man who's not a misogynist, but they're actually going to have to put a lot more effort in. Some of them are going to choose that healthier relationship that takes a lot more work, but some of them are also going to choose the misogynist. And I phrase that poorly. I don't mean choosing between a guy with money and a guy with no money. I mean a guy who's going to treat you traditionally with money and a guy who won't treat you traditionally with money. I'm telling you right now, unless the man makes like 5-6 times more than the woman, it is impossible for a provider man to not be a misogynist. The man who genuinely sees women as equal, he's not going to provide for you, or I should at least say he's not going to trick for you. But some women want the best of both worlds, and it's like, you're not going to find that. And this conundrum right here makes us at an impasse, okay? If my other fist was available, I'd be like punching them together right now, okay? Like just knuckles together. We're locked right now because there are sides on both sides, like things that people don't want to give up. A lot of men don't want to give up power. They don't want to give up the perceived control over their partner that they've been conditioned to have and to want for so long. And women don't want to give up the monetary benefits and financial safety of dating. But men want less of a financial strain when it comes to dating. And women want more emotionally available men who are in touch with their feelings, not knowing those feelings are going to lead to them wanting more from the woman. And the woman does not want to give them more. And then men will be in a situation where they're not getting more, so they're like, what's the point of being emotionally intelligent? Why would I even bother doing this? I'm not benefiting at all. At the end of the day, men and women both want more support, but they're both going to have to sacrifice something to reach that. Men are going to have to sacrifice an unhealthy level of control over the relationship, and women are going to have to sacrifice a certain level of financial security and the ability to just like do nothing. For this to work, someone would have to yield first, trusting that the other side would follow suit, but nobody trusts that the other side would follow suit because honestly, they would not. Like en masse, as a collective, either gender would not fold. Like if women gave men everything that they wanted, men as a collective are not returning the favor. And if men gave women everything they wanted, women as a collective, not returning the favor. It's a society we created. I know we act like men are the only ones who created the society, but like, nah, you were there too, and you're doing it currently. Like, as long as there's women shaming men who are not providing for them, things are only gonna get deeper and deeper for certain people. Just like for men who get out here and say, oh, you can never tell a woman how you're feeling, you can never open up to her, that's only gonna make people dig deeper and deeper. Both sides are wrong in different ways and avoid seeing the other side's perspective, so that's why we can never come to a conclusion. Until people realize that men and women are literally the same with the same motivation, that we're only conditioned by society to see them as different, things aren't going to change. Even in context of the original video I stitched, where it's like, I believe something like, why do men like not want to evolve the definition of manhood, but also hate the outcome of what the definition of manhood has brought? You could swap that out for womanhood and it would be the exact same thing, and it would be just as valid of a question. And that's why I was asking those questions I was at the beginning, because it's a big old case of just like, oh, we want this, but we don't want the things that come with this. People want all the good, but none of the bad. And the thing is, the bad isn't even bad. And I would know. Like, I grew up and was socialized with women, so I was dating traditionally like a woman for like my entire life. So I was the one where I was like, why would I pay for anything? That doesn't make sense. But then I realized me not paying for anything got me into so many like problematic situations. I'm not going to get into it, but I will say I feel much more like secure and like better about things overall when it's a relationship that I'm contributing to proportionally. Because when someone controls your finances, they control a lot and they can do a lot to you, and a lot of your mind will tell you to deal with it because they control your finances. And as for a traditional man thing, I think a lot of men will realize that like once they start like opening up and become more emotionally available towards women in their life, that they will feel a lot better in relinquishing that control over the relationship, because I feel like that's a lot of pressure to have on them. It's like they feel like they're losing something when they don't control all the confines of the relationship, but once they realize like it's much better when like the control is 50-50, oh man, they're gonna eat it up. And I also feel like men will realize that contributing to a household, like cleaning, doing labor, whatever term you guys made up for that. Like I feel like they'll realize like doing those things like also fulfilling. But in mass, people are never gonna realize these things because people are just like not smart. Like the vast majority of people, you'll find out, like especially like being a creator at all, you will realize the vast majority of people are not smart at all. But it doesn't matter to me because my life's good and I love yapping about these things. All right, so it's just like, oh my gosh, labor thing. I was yapping and I was thinking in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I know there's something that women want from men that I'm forgetting. Like I know there's something they want help with that's always like on par like to like the money argument from men, but I'm like, I can't think about what it is. And then boom, labor at the very end. So when I'm saying things like emotional availability, also throw labor in there because I feel like it's the same story. Because the thing is, a lot of men want maids, and it's like, nah, bro. Like you're gonna realize it's so much better when it's like not a maid, when it's like actually like a partnership, you know. But is that it? Have I yapped enough? Nah, I'm gonna get to 6 minutes. So let me keep talking. Man, I love my life is so good. Like I'm really enjoying it. I'm really like on the come up too. Like it feels really good to do. Anyways, okay, now we're at 6 minutes.
You know, a lot of these guys are checking out because they say, you know, trying to get a date feels like going and begging for money. I can see it. I can definitely see it. Will you please date me? Will you please give me a chance? Will you please respond to my DM? Modern women have relegated men. They have pushed men into looking like somebody that's on the street, trying to, well, just with their hand out with a sign, help, please, date me, please. And men have a little bit more respect for themselves than that.
Excuse me, can I judge you?
Yeah, for sure.
What's something you've done that makes you go, I was wild for that?
I went on a trip with my boy for Valentine's Day.
That's not good.
Instead of my girl.
I'm confused.
I was seeing this girl for like 2 weeks. Okay, maybe 2 months.
Is it 60 days or is it 14 days?
What's the difference?
Huh?
Boom, so I'm on break at work.
Boom.
My boy calls me. Yo, I just booked a trip to Portugal. I said, you're going with your girl? He goes, nah, I'm going solo. I said, can I come? Ambitions were high, funds were low. So he took care of me. My boy flew me out. But it's not like I just dropped that ball on her. I dropped it on my manager too. I said, yo, next week I'm not at work.
Okay, but your manager's not expecting for you to take them somewhere romantic.
Yeah, but she's expecting me to have my shift covered.
What did you do for her for Valentine's Day?
I sent her a picture.
A picture?
Yeah.
Of you on vacation?
Yeah, because I went to Europe. I was with my boy. We went to Barcelona, Sevilla, Portugal.
I need you to enter the photo for evidence.
It's in my favorites. Look at that. This is what happens when you sponsor your bros.
Do you feel bad?
I'm happy to be here.
Can you give your friend a message into the camera that took you on a trip?
Broski, 10 years. That's what we're going on.
Will you take another trip with your boy?
100%.
Where are you guys gonna go?
Sevilla, Spain. Happy anniversary.
Okay. I've reached my decision. I've reached my decision. It'll be news to him when he gets back. I don't think so. That he is guilty. Come back to court. Do not flee. Tell him thank you for treating me like a baddie.
I have to.
It's a court order.
Thank you for treating me like a baddie.
Men are solving the problem. You live in a world with antibiotics and transistors.
Okay.
Men do solve the problems.
But I'm talking about women and men. They're obviously not communicating. They're not doing well in relationships.
Tori, why?
Go ahead, John.
Why do women think? Why do women think they are entitled to sympathy and special treatment just because they're emotional? Are men entitled to just because we're horny?
Wait, what?
Why do women think that just because
I'm not entitled. I'm telling you guys why women don't want to be with you.
What I'm saying is women.
We're fine.
What I'm saying is that if women are emotional, they think that it is our job. They often want sympathy rather than solutions.
We just want to connect with you. That's a little.
How dare us? How dare us try to connect to our people that we like?
Sex is a way for men to connect with women, is it not?
Yeah, but
that's all you see as
in order.
That is all you see as.
That's not the only thing. It's usually the first thing, but it's not the only thing.
It's the only thing.
If it was the only thing, then why would men be in relationships?
Because they want access to sex.
Hold on. Then most relationships would be friends with benefits. They wouldn't be romantic relationships.
That's what we're saying. That's literally.
They're not in relationships.
But why are most relationships not friends with benefits? Because women get what they want.
Because men
can't handle it. Most people can't handle it.
They know that
the narrative on social media is not, we can't find a wife, we can't find a good partner. The narrative, I can't get laid. That is all that men are complaining about. That's all that they care about.
That's the first thing that they want.
That's the problem.
That's the first thing that's the first hurdle they're trying to get over.
Right.
It's not the only thing, it is the first thing.
And the first thing women want is communication. And the first thing women
yes,
want
but
is
when,
communication.
But when men communicate, they get friend zoned. But they get friend zoned.
No, they
what?
They only get friend zoned if they didn't.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to communicate.
You're such a good friend. I feel like I can tell you anything. That guy's not going to get laid.
John,
never experienced the feeling of losing a good man. I've never sat here and like, lost a good one. Never! It's not a good man.
I done told y'all this. In their minds, they're incapable of being wrong. I could bet my life confidently that her and all the women in the comments and in the likes who agree with this take have had a good man, either want them or have been with a good man, but they've left that good man and said, we just didn't work out. There was something missing. He didn't have enough, something code word for toxicity, yada, yada, yada. I can confidently bet my life on that. Like, I know that however old this woman is, in her life, she's come across a man who had nothing but pure intentions, and she didn't like him for whatever reason. She might have straight up called bro a square. But in these women's minds, they're incapable of being, it's not even that they like won't take accountability, like literally something's wired in their mind. They're incapable of realizing when they're wrong. You ever prove a woman wrong, what's the first thing she gonna hit you with? Men, let me know, what's she gonna call you? Yeah, she either called you, she called you sassy, she called you toxic, she called you manipulative, she called you a liar, she called you a gaslighter, she called you one of them things. If you've ever proved a woman wrong, something's wrong with you. It's not that what she did was wrong. It's not that what she did was wrong. It's not that she could have possibly misstepped. It's not possible that she was maybe disrespectful to you. No, something's wrong with you because she can't be wrong. This whole time, I thought it was like an accountability issue, but it's literally in their reality. Like there is some type of genjutsu. They can't perceive themselves to be an issue. Like I don't think there's a man out there in all his dating life in between the ages of 18 of that could ever say that they've dated multiple women before and could say, I was never the problem one time. Like I don't think there's every man at some point be like, yeah, I was the problem here. I did this here. They can point out when they've been wrong and when they've been wrong. Women can only point out when they're wrong. I mean, when someone else has done them wrong. Men, how many times have you heard a woman ever say, yeah, I was the problem? And not in like a tongue-in-cheek type of way where she's like, man, haha, I'm so toxic. No, when has a woman ever sat down like, man, I really messed up with that dude? Yeah, exactly.
Being single for too long is dangerous because how do I go from staying in the crib for 2 days straight, not saying a word to nobody, to explaining why I took a 4-hour nap where I was for 4 hours? Like, I can't do it.
Bruh,
I'm telling you, it's not even, I'll have no problem sharing my locations in relationship or anything. Telling people what I'm doing, I don't have no problem. It's doing stuff I don't want to do. I'm talking about y'all be working 60 hours a week. And on that one day I got off, I gotta go to the beach and then go to Sephora and then go to the food festival. And then I gotta go downtown. And then I gotta go kayaking. And then I gotta go to paint sip. I don't wanna do this stuff, man. They don't even appreciate it.
I don't know. It's just something about a man being at peace and happy just don't sit right in my soul, you know? Like, I can't let you have peace. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm toxic. I don't give a though.
Let's say you went on a date with a guy and he told you, listen, man, I got this Jordan collection. I got these Louis Vuitton bags. I'm lit. I won best dressed in high school. And yeah, I get a manicure every week. I really take care of myself. What would you say to that? Etc.
I'd be like, wow, okay.
Okay, you wouldn't care, right?
No.
Okay, fantastic. That's exactly how men feel when you say, I make my own money and I get the bag and I'm successful. We don't care.
But if it's not
Let that sink in. Stop. Let that sink in. That same level of indifference and not give a fuckitude from the guy telling you he has a Louis Vuitton bag and he dresses well and he has manicures, how you don't care. That's how men feel about your career. Same exact concept. There's the analogy for you. Take that feeling that you have. I don't give a shit about your Louis Vuitton bag. That's how men feel when you say, I make my own money.
And once again, modern women are so terrible. They're so terrible in the dating market. Phrases like, his money is our money and my money is my money. It's just stupid and immature. I don't even know why women continue to say this type of stuff. But this is the type of stuff that you continue to hear from modern women. It just feeds into the bad logic. It's just another example of terrible logic of modern women.
The only thing keeping him from shooting his shot is that black women are not his preference.
Do I have to be the one? Okay, I'm gonna say it. No, I'm gonna say it because I don't think they gonna hear it if maybe a woman don't say it. So I'm gonna say it. Saying that you are not his preference, I think is the nice way of saying that he prefers not black women, because most black women are combative and argumentative. Not to say all, but a lot of us are. And it comes with that independent spirit that Destiny's Child told y'all to have right before Beyonce went off to got married. I come to find that most men don't want to deal with the headache of telling women that that's what it is, because of the combativeness and arguments that comes with saying this. I don't care if y'all call me a pick-me. I don't care if y'all say whatever y'all want. But for the women who get it, you will get it. Now, do other races have arguments? Yes, they do. However, they are not trained in it as a lot of us are. White women, other cultures, they have been trained to honor the position of the male in the family, of the husband, and the fatherhood. The mass level of us didn't grow up with a father either in the household or even around. So we wasn't trained in that. So what they're really saying is, you don't know how to respect me. You don't listen to me when I try to tell you what I want, and you argue me and invalidate what I'm saying. So I'm going to do this route because it's easier than to try to get a whole race of women to change and understand. Now, this is not all men, this is not all women, but it's quite a lot. And I'm speaking from experience. I was just as combative on the feminist train. The feminist movement tricked us all. So did Black Lives Matter. But that's another topic. But take what you want, leave what you don't. But don't say ain't nobody try to tell you. At the very least, examine it.
So I asked a man out today. Well, I asked him out like 2 weeks ago. And today was supposed to be our day for our date. But he never texted me. He said yeah, but then he never texted me when I gave him my number. And obviously the date didn't happen. So, you know, it's cool. It is what it is. I didn't even realize it was International Women's Day. So why the not trying to ask a man out.
Babe, why are you in this bitch lights? Didn't I tell you about this already?
I deleted my Instagram a week ago. We deleted it together, you remember?
Yeah, babe. I was raw. I was raw. Hey, I said I was raw. Raw.
That ass.
Hey,
Don't. It's too hard. And the men, first they come back and they try to reason with us. So they come back and say, look, this is how you sweep the floors, honey. And then the women start saying, no, but we're equal partners. I bring in money too. And he's like, I work a construction job. You work in marketing. We are not the same. And she says, we are the same. And men, they think, what do I get out of this constantly? And they keep thinking, well, I want to have sex. I do want to keep banging this broad. I want to keep going with that. I want to keep, if they have kids, they'll think I want to keep the kids. And, the nagging and the guilting, it's just never going to stop. It's never going to end. Like, I just cannot reason. I cannot negotiate with this terrorist. So then they keep going. And then men start fixing the problem.
It's a message for my men that's living by themselves. Men, that breakup saved you. Matter of fact, not only did it save you, that breakup was holding you back. You were stuck in that relationship. You wasn't growing, you was just living. You wasn't working on your goals, because every time you came close, you had to put them to the side for somebody else. But it's not over yet. You still got some work to do. Don't jump back in the relationship. Take this time to improve. So don't look at that breakup like the worst thing that happened to you. It was holding you back. Message for my single men that living by themselves.
Ladies, I'm not judging you because I've been there myself, but y'all have a bad habit where when a man tells you what it is and in the moment that he's not moving the way you feel like he should be moving, now he's a clown. For you to understand, remember the guy that you was okay with but not like that, and you just gave him a chance, just to kind of be nice to him, and he liked you more than you liked him, and he kept hitting you up, and after a while you're like, okay, this guy is annoying me. It's the exact same thing that you are doing to men. If I am a man and I just sat there and told you what it is and you were okay with it, and then you turn around and feel some type of way, that doesn't necessarily mean that your feelings or how you feel shouldn't be heard. Cool, but don't try to persuade a man to do something that he isn't ready to do. Because if I sit here and give you the energy that you want, even though I done said what my boundaries were, you're going to feel like I'm your dude. And don't say no, that's not true, because you will. And to be honest, I can respect the guy that's being straight up from the jump. Now it's different, and I can give you that if he's pretending to like you, he's pretending to be a certain way just so he can get something out of you, then you can call it for what it is. But if he's not, give the man some grace, because there's not a lot of good guys out here. And if you can't handle it, move on.
If I find a girl that I want to make my wife, and I find her super attractive,
Okay.
yeah, because that's what I would do. I would make her my wife. I would ask her to marry me and then make her my wife. You say you are a feminist. You're 100% a feminist.
That is feminist.
You heard me say that.
I want to make her my wife. Like.
Yeah, because that's what I would do.
It's like I'm an equal human, a woman. It's
You-
not about
you
just
say
wanting
that-
to make her your wife.
Obviously, she would want to be
She
my
has
wife.
her own life. She wants to be your wife too.
Yeah, of course, but she's
She
not
wants
gonna.
to go
She's
to the club. She wants to do her makeup.
no, she's not gonna
She
want to
wants
go to
take
clubs.
pictures.
She's not
Yeah,
gonna
she
want to go to
does.
clubs. No,
She does.
because here's the thing. That's a non-negotiable for me in marriage.
Okay, well
if
then,
I find
good
a
luck.
woman, if there's plenty of women out
Good
there
luck.
that don't want to go to clubs all the time.
Okay, well.
There's plenty of women out there that
Have
don't want
fun
to go to
with that,
clubs
girl.
in tiny little dresses.
And once again, a lot of these modern women don't fool with, a lot of these men don't fool with modern women because they get called a creep. You're calling me a creep because I try to approach, and I try to approach respectfully. I try to approach you with, some sort of, reverence or just, hey, cautiousness, I should say. Hey, how's it going? Oh, how's it going with you? My name is And then you get him right there on TikTok and you try to clown him. What a loser.
That's what you said. And you know what? What was that?
Things that I hear them say is, after I married her, she changed. So when I heard this lady saying, you know, we have to do all of this to get a man and keep ourselves this way and be in the dating scene and flirting and all of this, because that's not a part of who you are. So why don't you just be what you are and accept the man that comes to you as you naturally are? They typically don't want him.
Why?
Because he doesn't represent the image that they have for themselves in their mind. So I'm going to perform this thing. So now he marries you thinking that you keep yourself up all the time, that you cook, and all of the things that these ladies do. And then all of a sudden, soon as they get the ring, it's like, I don't do this. This is, I can relax, child. I don't have to do this anymore. And so I hear this a lot from men. But hearing this woman say this, and she said, I'm tired of performing femininity. Nobody told you to perform it.
If they talk about their friends to you, they're gonna talk about you to their friends. Are you still confused as to why you guys fell out, or do you understand what I'm saying? Are your feelings hurt that they talked about you? People will show you who they are if you simply pay attention. It's the us not paying attention that fucks us up. It's the us thinking that we're exempt, okay? That we are bigger than the program. We gotta stop thinking that we're bigger than the program when they show us who they are. Boom! Every single time. If they dog them like that, they gonna dog you like that. If they felt some kind of way about them for that stupid reason, why are you surprised that they falling out with you for a stupid, petty reason? You should have already known that was gonna happen. So you cannot sit around and be sad about it. You can't be sad about it. Just learn the lesson and move the on.
All women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize they're not equipped to handle him. A good man is not convenient. He doesn't bend to accommodate chaos. He doesn't rearrange his values because you're emotional.
A real good man has discipline, boundaries, and priorities that don't shift based on your mood.
And this is where women get confused.
When you've never met emotional maturity, you misread everything.
You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him selfish because he protects his peace. You label him detached because he refuses to beg for your approval. But that's not coldness. That is self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. Good men don't chase drama. They don't chase chaos. And they sure as don't chase women who weaponize emotion. They build, they lead, they create order. Most women aren't ready for the responsibility that comes with a stable man, because stability doesn't feed your need for emotional roller coasters. It doesn't scratch that itch for unpredictable validation. For women raised in dysfunction, peace feels boring until you lose it. A good man requires partnership, respect, and a woman who's emotionally regulated, not reactive, not reckless. Stay solid. Good men don't bend, they build. And the right woman rises to meet him.
When we silence boys, like we don't give them space to communicate, we mute them as a man. So what you're solving for is the silenced boy. It's not that he probably never wanted to talk. It was that talking was interrogation. So it wasn't communication, it was commanding. But when a boy is raised in that kind of environment where he is not where he's not had the space to communicate, because communication connects. So when he doesn't have that, then as a man, he's muted because he's been told as a boy, you can't cry. You shouldn't feel that way. He's literally programmed to self-neglect his own emotions. So then as a man, he's muted. He don't have nothing to say.
And the reality of it is, internally, he has everything to say.
A whole bunch. Is it insecure of a man not to like or want you to dress sexy?
I think that sometimes some of y'all women really don't understand how territorial men are. It's different if you were covered up, but baby, you got tape on. So yes, of course, a man who knows how men are going to look at you, knowing that there's going to be men who are going to be predators or going to pursue you, he's right for saying that. That's not meaning that he's insecure. He's territorial. That's a man's nature, and that's absolutely okay. It's your responsibility as his woman to understand his nature and to also have boundaries with yourself, knowing what you are exposing yourself to. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be quick. I'm so glad I can have conversations with my husband, because I asked him, we had a deep conversation. I said, what is it about women that will make you not wife her? And the first thing he said, the way she presents herself. That's coming from a man. Men will tell you that if you dress provocative, they're going to see you as an object. Stop calling men insecure. That is their God-given right to say, I don't want my woman to present herself out here, because not only is she a representation of me, she's a representation of her.
You guys do realize that the woman is always right thing is a joke at the expense of women, right? No guy is actually saying that his wife is always right. He's saying she's so annoying and so unreasonable that it's easier to just not even try to actually argue and just go, yeah, you're right, which is actually not a compliment. Being so annoying that he doesn't want to bother dealing with you like a reasonable person is not a good thing. It's not something that he should continually say and you should revel in, because he'll say it the same way he'll just like say, yeah, let's just get McDonald's because I don't want to argue with a child. And then women will be like, yep, I'm so insufferable that he just does what I want because he doesn't want to deal with me as a person. Now, I don't want to hear like, oh, it's a joke. It's not a joke. People really lean into that. It's a pretty universal trope. And it could be more acceptable in like 1912 when women legally were children. But you cannot be talking about we're the same, but I'm always correct. No, you're not. In that case, I'm always correct. I'll whittle you down by 1,000 paper cuts until you just do what I want because I'm so annoying. Y'all gotta cut that out. That's a problem.
Finally, after decades of thinking this, someone else has verbalized it so perfectly. And I've always thought this, that when I heard that as a teenager, like, you know, happy wife, happy life, I always thought of it like, you know, it's some sort of monster and you're just having to feed it everything you have in a house. You're just throwing everything you have to keep it happy. And I never thought that was appealing. At least to me, that wasn't appealing, that I needed to be in a marriage, or I could look to be in a marriage where I'm having to just throw everything I got, the kitchen table, at my life partner or spouse in order to try to keep them happy. I was like, that doesn't sound good.
Another problem that we keep on running into is a lot of these modern women, their standards. They keep on raising their standards. Keep those standards high. Why? You're still doing the bare minimum for a man. Why would your standard be high? You're not even qualified to raise a standard. You're not due for a promotion. You know, you're not due for an upgrade. Why are you continuing to raise your standard? What standard are you raising?